Hi guys, my name is Natalie and I'm coming to you from Los Angeles, California. I wanted to share with you my experience working with the healing computer. So let me give you a quick background about my story. So in 2015, I was working as a strategic partnership manager at a marketing firm that was doing customer acquisitions. And I was working long hours, approximately like 60 to maybe 80 hours a week. But I was eating vegan and I was working out 7 days a week, and I felt like superb. I felt like I was at the top of my game. Then in 2016, I actually went into the hospital with some chest pains, and they realized that I had inflamed lymph nodes, and they thought that it could have been lymphoma. Thank the Lord that it wasn't. And they said it was reactive, so they sent me to a rheumatologist, where I was then diagnosed with lupus. I was diagnosed with lupus nephritis and lupus SLE, and also fibromyalgia. So when I met with the rheumatologist, he told me that a person that had all my symptoms would basically would have died if they didn't get the proper treatment. So he put me on a whole bunch of medicines, and the medicines kept on adding up. So first he put me on Cellcept, he put me on Plaquenil, he put me on prednisone, and all of these medications were giving me different side effects. For example, the Cellcept and the prednisone made my blood pressure skyrocket. So then they had to put me on lisinopril, and they had to put me on carvedilol. And so the medications kept on adding up. So I was kind of getting upset because there was so many complications with all the medicines that were supposedly helping me. And it was like each medication caused so many different side effects that another medication had to be involved. So they had to put me on like Xarelto because I ended up getting a blood clot in my lung. And so by the time it was probably June of 2016, I was on about 16 different medications, and never did they once tell me that Cymbalta created suicidal thoughts, and they never told me that it was an actual psychiatric drug. They just told me it was actually for nerve damage. So when I found out that, I wanted to get off of it, but when I looked at the reviews, they said that you shouldn't get off of it because you can literally go suicidal if you decide to wean off of it really quickly. So I kind of took it in my own hands and was trying to figure out, okay, this is enough. I'm tired of freaking taking all these meds. It was getting to a point where it was like I had to take meds 4 times a day and different times like during the day. And I was only 31 at that point, I was just like, life shouldn't be like this. And the pain was excruciating, like, what they call fibromyalgia was really tiring. And I think it was from a lot of the side effects from the medications that I was fatigued, I was tired, I was moody, I didn't want to do anything, I just wanted to sleep all day. But my whole energy was kind of my energy, my aura, the way I was feeling about myself was really hitting down low. It was like hitting the bottom, and it actually affected a whole bunch of different aspects of my life. Like it affected my relationship with my boyfriend, it affected my relationship with my parents, it affected my relationship with my friends, and I was kind of over it. So my friend, one of my best friends, actually knew the lady with the healing computer, so she recommended me to go see her. So I decided, you know what, this is it. Like, I'm tired of seeing, I literally have every single doctor. I have a cardiologist, I have an oncologist, I have a rheumatologist, I have an endocrinologist, I have a renal specialist, I have a lung doctor, I have, I think I named them pretty much, all of them. But so I was tired of going to doctor's appointments every single week. And it was like every 4 weeks I had to get blood done, and I had to at least see 3 of the specialists. And then not to mention all of the freaking CT scans, the MRIs, it was just nonsense. My whole entire life had become like basically going to the doctors or going to get tests done. So so I decided, okay, I'm gonna actually go see this lady that has the healing computer and see what, you know, it takes, because it was like homeopathic. I didn't have to take anything. I didn't have to put anything in my body. And I was just like, why not? Let's just do this. Like, if it makes me better, great. If it didn't make me better, then, you know, where am I? I'm still at the same place that I'm started. So, so I started seeing the lady with the healing computer. And within the first session, I literally felt a dramatic increase in my energy and the way I was feeling. I had no more pain. I had, I was able to go to the gym more. I had more energy. I was walking. Like, I was able to actually go throughout my day and actually do stuff like run errands or even read books or even watch the TV program that I really wanted to watch. And I didn't have to, like, you know, take naps or, you know, stop in the middle of the day. So after about like 5 sessions, I started realizing, okay, this is really working. And so did my doctors, because when my lab test results came back, everything was like basically normal, which they say is really rare, especially with this, the way the lupus was affecting my body, that they said that, you know, for the rest of my life I was going to have this, which I definitely don't believe. Now, my rheumatologist, I told him about alternative medicine, but he was very against it. And my issue with like doctors nowadays is that they don't know. I think they're given so much that you learn, but they don't actually research like the truth and research other ways that people can actually get stay healthy without having to take so many drugs. And they automatically, and my biggest pet peeve is that they automatically go back to giving you steroids, giving you prednisone, because that's what the fixer drug is. So after telling him, you know, I still have pain and I have this and I have that, he would just be like, here's some prednisone. And not to mention that I got literally prescribed Norco. I got prescribed Vicodin, and then that wasn't working, so I got prescribed oxycodone. And after seeing the side effects of that, like, I was not in control of my body, which I did not like at all. So I didn't take those medicines at all, unless I was really, really, really in pain. But I don't like putting like stuff like that inside my body. So I started eating vegan again. I started walking, trying to increase my energy. And I told I had a meeting with my renal specialist. And I told him about the healing computer, and he actually said, you know what, with your numbers and how great they are, just keep doing it. And I told my oncologist, and my oncologist was really shocked about my lab results, because she was just like, this is amazing. Like, you've actually jumped so much to having all your levels be normalized, where before I was even diagnosed with lupus, my levels were never like technically normal, because I had Hashimoto thyroiditis. And so so I kept, those are my 2 doctors, like my renal specialist and my oncologist, actually support me doing this type of you know, alternative medicine. My rheumatologist, on the other hand, was like, no, you need to stay on these drugs. And mind you, the Cellcept, like being 32 and still having my whole entire life ahead of me, I want to have children. I want to get married and I want to have children. And being on Cellcept, that's not possible, because basically Cellcept kills and can damage the baby. So that is definitely a drug I don't want in my body. So starting after my 7th session, I started decreasing a lot of the meds that I was taking. Don't get me wrong, I'm still taking like 2 of the main ones that are still important. But the rest, the Cymbalta for the fibromyalgia, I cut that cold turkey. And no, I did not experience any suicidal issues. And I didn't experience like the whole, like, the world is crumbling. So I went off of that cold turkey. I stopped taking my lisinopril because my blood pressure was fine. I stopped taking the Xarelto because there was no point in me taking the Xarelto anymore. So I stopped all of these medicines. And then about like a month later, I got my lab tests done again. And mind you, I always get my lab tests done every 4 weeks, every 4 to 6 weeks. And now my renal specialist and my oncologist and my rheumatologist have told me that I could technically get off these medicines when I was already off them. So, but yeah, so I just want to say, you know, this has really helped me. And right now my levels are normal. Like all my blood results, all my MRIs, my CAT scans, everything has come back normal. And all my doctors are really amazed because they said that people that have this, it takes usually about 2 to 3 years to, you know, bounce back and recuperate. But with me, it literally didn't take that long. And especially once I started with the healing computer, because it was it was amazing. And you don't have to ingest anything. You don't have to do anything. All you have to do is sit there and just let the machine work. So I definitely promote this, and I wish that everybody would do it. And I know there's a lot of backlash because, you know, obviously pharmaceutical companies would lose a lot of money if this went nationwide. But the fact of the matter is, it doesn't make you sick. It doesn't give you any side effects. And it increases your energy. And you can see your progress, you know, daily. You can see your progress weekly. And don't get me wrong, everybody's different. But with me, it was like a dramatic change. Like I went from, you know, having suicidal thoughts to being like, why do I have to live? Why do I have to do this? I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to live like this anymore. To literally having one session to, okay, I can go back to work. I want to go back to work. I want to go do stuff. I need to like get my life back in order. So for me, it was like the miracle healing that I really, really needed. So I hope you guys actually check a healing computer out, and I wish you all the best with whatever you're struggling with. And, you know, I'm here, and I know Neil's here to help everybody that, you know, needs help. So all the best, all light and love and blessings to everybody, and I hope you guys try it out. All right, bye guys.